Got it.
Soy un hombre muy honrado que me...
Café Problemas! Welcome, everyone, to Sippin' the Tea with the Bestie, Café Problemas edition.
Café Problemas.
Even the cat has some problemas he want to talk about.
The cat wants to get down too.
Oh
with the
my
problemas.
God. Yes, he want to get up into So Café Problemas is just a 20 to 30 minute episode where we talk about different problemas. So the topic for today is a very vast topic. It's called haters.
Haterades.
Haterades. We're going to be talking about different situations that maybe Francesca has encountered or I've encountered, or just anything in general. Maybe somebody else encountered, maybe somebody we know, maybe our sisters, maybe somebody else. So we're going to talk today about problemas, Café Problemas. So I guess I could go first. I don't know. What do you think? Okay.
Go for it.
So I guess the first thing that I want to talk to you guys all about is when somebody has a problema with you because of somebody else. So, for example, there's a person that I know in the community that has never met me ever in her life, but she does not like me because one of her good friends does not like me. So that's why she does not like me, because of whatever her friend said. But I learned this maybe a year or two ago from somebody interesting enough that it was a hater, was an undercover hater. But at one point in time, they told me that somebody's perspective is not reality. So that perspective of those people could be their own reality, but it's not the actual reality.
It's just their perception of it. Everyone has their own perception.
Yes, and just like I said, I've never met this lady before, but because one of her friends and I do not get along and we had a falling out a few years ago, that gal does not even want to talk to me, give me a chance or nothing because of what the other one was saying. But like I said, her perspective, her reality is not my reality. Have you ever had something like that?
Yeah, of course. They're being biased. You know, they're siding with someone they know and that person's experience instead of them getting to know you and having their own experience of you. Of course, they're like, forget that lady. I'm riding with you. Yeah, I know.
Yes. And I'm like that as well to a certain extent, depending on what the severity is that the person did to the person that I love or like or whatever. Yeah. Like, you know, if somebody did something horrible to you, I probably wouldn't like them either. But in my defense, what happened was nothing horrible for me. The other person was in the wrong, and the other person looked really bad. But you know how that is, the what do you call it? The victim syndrome, where they can turn it around in their favor. That's exactly what happened there. And I just want to say to all the haters out there, try your best to forget that energy and let that go, because you think that you're putting something on the other person by hating them, but you're not. Because like, I'm still here, I'm still thriving and surviving, and y'all still hating. I see you back here. I see myself up in here in the front. I don't know where y'all at. So that's why it's funny. Like the haters, I don't know what to say. It's like you get more, you attract more bees with honey, right? So you are nicer, the universe is going to reward you with nice things.
Yes.
So I guess this is kind of like a public service announcement letting you know that if you put positive energy, you get the positive back. If you put negative energy, you get the negative back. I know this firsthand because I used to be a negative Nancy. And when I was a negative Nancy, only bad things would happen to me. Because
it
that's
doesn't feel good,
the only thing I can see, and that's the only thing I was attracting. So once you're more, how do you say, more accept?
I don't know, at peace. Yeah, accepting, at peace. I mean, we all have our things to go through, but you
No
don't
judgment,
take it out.
no judgment.
Yeah, you don't take it out on other people, which is exactly what happens there, right? With haters, is they're lacking something within themselves, and so they see something in you, but they want to rip that apart right away, you know? It's like,
Exactly. And actually thinking about ripping apart, I was always nervous to sing because I never wanted anyone to rip me apart, right?
yes.
That was another thing I had to get over in order to sing and in order to do stuff. You need to accept that there is going to be people that's not going to like it. There is going to be people that are not going to like you. There is going to be people that just don't like anything in general, and nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing you do they will never like it.
You can't please all the people all the time, you know?
No, and that's what finally I got over that, and then I decided to do my thing, and everything has been going well. But hold on, sweetie. Oh, hold on here. I have a little guest. We need to go outside real quick. Let's go see Daddy. Hold on real quick. I know, but you need to follow me. You need to follow me. All right. Sorry guys, I'm back. This is what happens when you tell your spouse to watch your kid. They don't do it. But that's how it always is over here. But that's
mom life.
Mom life. Okay, so back to what we're talking about, the ripping apart. So I was nervous to do this music video, obviously, right? I don't know if you remember, but like the week before the launch, I was crazy every day.
Yes, so much.
Scatterbrain. I was emotions everywhere. Happy, sad, mad, nervous, anxious. Like so stressful. I think more so for the technicalities, but in the back of my mind, it's like, what if people hate it? What if people make fun of me? What if people, especially because it's something so personal with a lot of personal imagery. And if you hate it or talk bad about it, I mean, obviously I'm going to get offended. So it's a very tough thing, but you have to get over that in order to put out something. So I put out something, and all the feedback I was getting was positive. Nothing bad. I got, several radio interviews. I got a couple of newspaper articles. I got a few more gigs after that, and everything was going well. Well, I thought it was going well. So I got my first thumbs down on the video, which happened sometime after I got the cover of Tribuna newspaper. And shortly after that is when the track, not the video, but the track was posted on YouTube as well by CD Baby, and it had a thumbs down, but it only had like 8 views. So it's like the person who saw my music video took their time to put a thumbs down. Like, I could be the first to put a thumbs down here.
Yeah, they didn't even care.
They saw that I had the track there too, and they're like, might as well just put thumbs down on this too.
Yeah.
So I got 2 thumbs down within a matter of minutes. And on YouTube, it doesn't matter if it's a thumbs down or thumbs up. So thank you for your feedback. That's great. I get a participation point for that. I get 2, actually. So thank you. So the people that put a thumbs down, they probably don't understand that. But if you put a thumbs down, it still counts as a good thing for the person. So, I mean, hey, hate is going to hate, right? But I remember telling you, like, girl, I just got my first thumbs down. What's going on?
I was so confused. I was like, wait, what? Who would thumbs down it? Like, I just don't understand. The video was beautiful. You sang it amazing. And just to have so little views and to get the thumbs down, it's like, okay, really?
Yeah.
Thank you, though. Thank you for the view.
So that definitely happened. But what made me feel better about that was, of course, I went on YouTube and I started like looking at my favorite Faluj and just songs in general. And yeah, all of them actually, all of them had thumbs down, and they were all by amazing, amazing singers and performers. So I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna care about this thumbs down, because look at her. She is the top Fadista in the world right now. And she has so many thumbs down, and this thing is beautiful. There's nothing thumbs down about it. So
yeah, exactly. It's like kind of like, have you ever maybe not gone to a restaurant because they had bad reviews, but you're like, nah, I still want to try it, and you go back to the perception thing, right? Then you go and you have your own experience and you thought it was amazing, delicious. You'd go there again. You don't know what the 2-star review is, you're gonna leave them 4. So it's everyone's perception. And so whoever that person was, maybe they didn't like something about the video, maybe they're just hating for whatever reason.
What about when there's hate in the workplace? I feel like that's the worst. I feel like that's literally the worst, because I remember very well, because I worked in the same career for 9 years before I got laid off because of the pandemic. And let me say, going into work every day and dealing with haters at work is literally hell on earth. I don't wish it upon anyone.
Yes, it definitely makes the workplace uncomfortable. Like, as you're getting that like anxiety before you even clock in, you don't even want to clock in, and then you're like, damn, who's that hater? Like, I remember one time I had called in, and then the next day my boss telling me that someone showed him on social media that I was like at a party, which, by the way, it was not a party. It was just a barbecue between you and I.
Yeah, I remember that. That was so rude.
That was so rude. And they want to say I was like partying or whatever, and it's like, really? No. And then I still don't know who that was. So it's like, you can have people who think are your friends and they're just watching you and thinking negatively, or not interacting, but just watching, so you're always going to have those people watching. So just do you, keep your head high, be positive.
Yes.
But yeah, it's hard. It makes the workplace definitely unbearable, because you're like, oh, they're cool to my face, but behind my back.
Yeah, that's another thing I was never really cool with, is like, you want to be my friend on social media, but then you're gonna be tattletaling or snitching or whatever. Because at one point I basically had 2 jobs, because I was working the corporate job and then I had a part-time job, which I don't know why this gets so much hate. Like, working, for example, I sold Arbonne, which I have Arbonne right next to me because I love it so much. Those are my greens. The best thing you can drink. I've been drinking this thing every day since December. So in December will be a year. And if anyone's listening to this, how many fruits and veggies does it have? 26?
Yeah.
Yes, 26 fruits and veggies all in one thing. So you get everything you need for the day. Yeah. Good, because I don't, have all my fruits and veggies every day. But anywho, I do, but not to that extent. So I was selling that as well as working. And the people would request to me and I would accept it. And I thought, well, we have a good time at work. Like, of course I'll accept it. Yeah, well, the same thing happened to me, where I would post things while at work. Like, I could be on my break or my lunch or whatever. And I post something like, hey guys, we have a special today. Well, that actually hurt me in the end, because they started to tattletale on me, which, we're all adults. This has no effect on my work that I was doing at the place. I was actually one of the best people on that team and the workhorse of that team, and did everything for that team. So it's like, why do you choose to focus on like, oh, you're on social media during work hours. Yeah, and so is the whole building. And
Yeah.
so is the whole building.
The whole world. Shit.
So is the whole world. I would walk around the office and people would have their Facebooks open while they had their emails open. It's like, we're into, this was in 2020 or 2019 and 2018.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, hello guys, this is our life. Like, this is how it works. Like, I never was ever reprimanded for that before. And I couldn't believe that I was getting reprimanded for that. And it cost me because I was supposed to get a raise and I was supposed to get a better position. And I didn't because they said that I was working my second job while I was at work. And it was complete bullshit. That's unfair.
My gosh. Yeah, that's ridiculous.
So those are called haters. And like, even the own HR at that point was a hater. Because he made
my God, yes.
promises. And he thought that, you know, since I'm a young woman, that I was just going to let it roll off my back like he did to all the other young women in there. But no, I didn't. I would, you know, be a stickler and tell him like, hey, dude, what's going on here? You promised me this. You promised me that. I don't have nothing. What's going on? So he basically hated me. And that wasn't very good either. But on my defense, a lot of the higher ups at that company and the owner himself liked me. Yeah. So that was my saving grace. But like I tell you, people are fake. They pretend to be your friend. And then they go and they backstab you. Just like there was a girl on my team. She knew I wanted the higher up sales position. And like I said, I definitely deserved it after 8 years. At that point, it was 8 years. And she had only been in the industry for 6 months, and I had been in the industry for 8 years. Well, after she found out I wanted it and applied, she applied the very next day just to be a bitch. Sorry, guys, my second cuss word on Amá CONVERSA. Girl deserves it. And so she ended up getting it because she was best friends with the boss. She was very smart to do that, by the way. She didn't give two shits about that girl, but the girl thought she did.
Yeah,
she really didn't. She would talk so bad about that girl. Anyhow, so she ended up getting the job and not me. But I was laughing in the end because when she was boasting about it and like talking about how much she was making now, I actually laughed in her face because I was like, that's so interesting how they give you a higher position, but I still make more money than you. So, c'est la vie, c'est la vie.
Now you know that's probably why you didn't get it, because you already outranked the pay rate or whatever, you know.
Exactly. So I wasn't tripping. I had less responsibility, and I got more money. So I mean, hey. And then I pulled the fast one where I transferred to a new sales team that had way less work. Let me say, way less work, and I was getting paid the same. And those people on the other team were pissed off.
Oh, I'm sure they were like, what just happened?
What just happened? We lost our workhorse, and she went to the easy team and is making the same good money. So, but then that didn't last very long because then a few months later, COVID came, and I don't know how many people got fired. Not fired, but laid off. Like, I think it was over 100. So there we go. But I've been home ever since and loving my life.
Hey, you know, one door closes and another one opens, and we go on certain paths and end up in certain directions so that we get to where we are. So like, you wouldn't be where you are now if you were still at that job, you know?
Dude,
so
no, I wouldn't have a podcast. I would not have a Amá CONVERSA. We would not be talking. We would not be doing this right now if I still had a job. Another thing, if I still had a job, I would not have had the time to make a single or make a music video.
Yeah, you got to follow your dreams, you know, and I'm so proud that you accomplished all that. That is so amazing.
Thank you so much. It's still like really surreal. I guess that's the word, surreal. But hey, it happened. I'm glad it happened. Thank you so much. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't even be able to do it because so many times I didn't want to, or I would want to quit, or I would be second guessing, or whatever the case. And then Francesca would be like, no, what are you talking about? You got to do it. You got to do it. Come on, let's go.
Got to remember why you started, you know, and you just keep driving towards that. Where do you want to be? Where do you see yourself?
Exactly. So everybody watching this, she's my best friend and she's my ride or die. So whenever I need something, or maybe I need a pep talk, or maybe I need a boost, I do that for her. She does that for me. And in turn, we're able to conquer a lot of things. Like, for example, we cannot forget about this. Francesca entered the what is it called? The Ink Cover Girl magazine.
Oh yeah, the Ink Cover Girl magazine. That's right. I feel like that was so long ago already. I was holding it down.
You almost won the whole thing. It was crazy.
Yeah.
It was crazy. So she was like on top for like several weeks in a row. She was doing great. A lot of people were voting, and she was like this close to the finals. But it doesn't matter, because even being like a contestant in that contest and getting to where you got on the contest was unbelievable. I couldn't fucking believe it. There's another word. I couldn't believe it.
Go outside the box and do something. Something you don't think you would do, just do it.
Exactly. And simultaneously during that time, which I totally remember this, you went into business again with Arbonne, and you began selling, and you became a district manager in like a month, right?
Yeah, it was like a month. I hit the promotion I qualified and hit it and became district manager.
So she's a district manager for Arbonne just because she pushed herself out of her boundaries, and she tried something new, and she started to talk to people and meet people and really get out of her comfort zone, because Fran was more, not shy, but more reserved, more to herself. And then slowly, little by little, she got to get out of her comfort zone. And now she's extremely successful with her work, and she's very successful. She has a podcast too, which is By Francesca. So she has a podcast. She's successful at work. She was in the Ink Girl contest, the cover girl. And then now she's in business with Arbonne as a side business, and is a district manager, and became a district manager so fast.
Which, by the way, there's always haters with that too, right? It's like, oh, that's just a scam. So no matter where you turn, there's the haters, you know? But you do you do what makes you happy.
I lost a friend because of Arbonne, believe it or not. Like,
oh my God, that's right.
Like, if you lose a friend because of Arbonne, that person is not your friend. That is weird. That is the weirdest thing ever in life, let me say. Like, you're gonna you're not defriend, but like defriend in life. Like, you're not gonna be someone's friend in life, and they were a very good friend to you, just because they said, hey, you wanna try some samples? Hey, you wanna place an order for me because I'm like this close to qualifying? And they're like, no, F you, I already told you, leave me alone with this. It's like, lady, are you kidding me? But if Joe Schmo down the street was selling it, you would buy it from Joe Schmo, but because it's me, you won't buy it from me. That's weird.
Yeah, people are weird, you know?
Yeah, that's weird. Like, for me, I have tons of different friends that, for example, they sell paparazzi. I buy from all of them. I don't just buy from one. Just like Arbonne, I bought Arbonne from different people as well.
Yeah,
like, just do
friends, you know? If your friend had a restaurant, you would go eat at their restaurant, you know? So you support your friends, you support your family.
But if they don't support you, then that means that they were undercover haters all along.
Of course, undercover all along. Hey, your family could be haters too.
Oh my God, your family could be
number one undercover hater.
Yes. For example, like
I'm not saying, you know, mine or Marissa's or anyone.
No.
In general, you know, I have problemas.
Hay problemas, café problemas. I need to have my coffee. But no, because for example, like my tattoos, for example, I didn't get tattoos for a very long time. I got little ones here and there. I got stuff that you could cover up. I got stuff, you know, not big deal. because I was always taught that that was not good. It was wrong. All the stuff bad is with people with tattoos. You know what I mean? They're drug addicts, they're losers, they're whatever the hell that I was being fed before. But you know, I was always wanting it. I was always curious. I always wanted it. So one fine day, I don't know what happened to me. This was when I was 24 or 25. I don't remember now. But something clicked inside me and I said, screw that. I want to do what I want to do. So I got the shoulder one first. Then I, started to build on it. And shortly after the shoulder one, I left my abusive boyfriend in the back in the dust. So it's like I slowly started to get out of my comfort zones. My comfort zone was being accepted by my family. And then at one point I said, you know what? I don't give a shit. I'm going to do what I want. Then my comfort zone was that abusive bubble I was in, and I got out of that. And so after you kind of do things like that, I feel like there's no limit to what you can do. There's no limit to what barriers you're going to break or what new things you're going to discover about yourself. So
exactly.
Let the haters hate, because they cannot dull the sparkle, the glow, the shine. Hello.
Don't get my
Well, friend, thank you so much for being on Amá CONVERSA. For all that are listening, this is actually part 4, if I'm not mistaken.
I think it's part 4, yeah.
Part 4 of
Sippin' the
Tea with the Bestie. Café Problemas edition.
Café Problemas.
So we'll be back with another Café Problemas. I hope you guys like this. Let us know what you think. Let us know your experiences with haters and how you overcame them. We would like to hear that. Well, thank you all. Have a good one.
Thanks for having me. Bye.
Thank you. Bye, Beijing.
Beijing.